What's going on, everybody? I'm Brent Walker, and this is your very first episode of Proud to Be an American. So, this podcast is going to be a weekly thing that we're going to be doing live from the Walker compound in the KillFoot studio. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be featuring various products made in the United States. We're going to be bringing on guests that are veterans, highlighting their veteran-owned businesses. We're going to be doing all kinds of different things that are American as fuck. So stay tuned each week. At the end of each podcast, we're going to be highlighting a various product from KillFoot Clothing. Sponsor, one of the companies that I own. So make sure you tune in till the end. We're going to be giving you that code, which will enable you to get a discount on the website for that featured product. But I'm not just going to talk about KillFoot Clothing. I'm going to talk about all kinds of different products made in the United States, highlighting the true patriots of our country who still continue to produce products made in the United States, because that's very important to us. So a little background, starting with who I am. Some of you don't know, some of you have been on the Facebook page, some of you turning in for the first time to the Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube. We're going to be on YouTube now. So make sure you like, subscribe, share with your other uncles, brothers, cousins, sisters, dads, moms, whatever you want, baby mamas, baby daddies. Tell everybody about it. So we're going to make this American as hell. But going back to what I was saying, who I am. So I'm Brent Walker, co-owner of KillFoot Clothing. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. I joined the Army 2004. I was in the infantry, stationed up in Fort Wainwright, Alaska, did 2 tours to Iraq, and the second tour of which I got blown the heck up by a suicide bomber. I got pretty screwed up, sent back to Alaska, wound up dealing with the Wounded Warrior unit up there, or the Warrior Transition Battalion, for a long time. I was there for over a year recovering, going to school, trying to get ready to transition back into the United States civilian population. Well, here I am now. One of the things I wound up doing is going to school, figuring out that I wanted to do some business stuff, eventually be able to work for myself, not work for somebody else. Still working on that, even though right now I've got 2-3 businesses. Still not independently wealthy, but you people can help me get there. So tune in each week. Help me build the viewership. Oh, my throat is killing me right now. There we go. Getting some donkeys in the blood. Get you going. All right, so while I was in school, though, one of the things that I did is I wound up joining the Veterans Club or Veterans Organization there at Three Rivers Community College. I wound up, because of my drive getting pushed into the presidency there, part of the Veterans Club, one of the things we did was we started organizing events for charity, and that was my first dipping my toes into the water for charity events. So from there on, I caught the bug, and I really wanted to reach out and help out other veterans in the community. We started by doing a motorcycle event for 3 years, donating to the Wounded Warrior Project, which is near and dear to my heart. Some people get a bad taste in their mouth from previous incidents past, but I will tell you firsthand that Wounded Warrior Project helped me a lot. They bumped up my VA rating from like nothing to a lot. They helped me do my resume services to get better jobs. You name it, and they can help you out. Plus, I've gone on all kinds of wicked trips. I went fishing multiple times while I was in Alaska. I went on a snow machining trip. I got my open water scuba diving certification through them. They have all kinds of different events throughout the year to help veterans get together and build that camaraderie. So taking that, that's kind of one of the things that I'm going to be doing too, but I'll get into that. So post school, no longer the Veterans Club, after the Wounded Warrior poker run went for like 3 years, that fizzled out, and I took a break for like a year. I still was left with a void, and so I wanted to do something else, keep helping veterans. So I founded and was the founder and president for a long time of Guardians of the Purple Heart, which now I'm no longer officially part of the organization and the board of directors anymore. I still support the organization and their values because, well, I made it. So what they do, their big event every year is the Purple Heart Poker Run. They reach out to local combat wounded veterans in the community and they ask them, hey, what can help you improve your quality of life? They don't care what it is. They don't care if it's a check. They don't care if it's helping out with vehicle payments, if your truck needs a repair to help get you going. They've given a mobility scooter to a Vietnam veteran. They helped with home repairs for another Vietnam veteran. All kinds of different stuff. So check them out, guardiansofthepurpleheart.org. They're doing great things in the community for veterans, specifically combat wounded veterans. So post that, post nonprofit. Now I'm here around 2018. I bought KillFoot Clothing, the brand from another Marine. Prior to that, I had Northman Defense LLC, which I still own and organize. It's strictly firearms instruction, pistol permits. For anybody who wants to get your pistol permit here in the state of Connecticut, I'm the dude. I got the experience. I've been teaching for 8 years now. COVID has put a damper on doing classes, but that's going to be ramping up come the spring once this COVID stuff starts going away. And now that the vaccines are out, everybody's saved, right? Hooray! Vaccines, hooray! Yeah. Well, I already had COVID back in August, so I'm not getting any damn vaccine. But, so KillFoot. I was introduced to KillFoot by our Marine friend, and his big thing was the niche made in the United States. 100% made in the United States by veterans. And I loved it because I really like the idea. I think our country has gone too much to be dependent on all different articles sourced from, everything's made in China nowadays. And you know what? Guess what else was made in China? COVID-19. And look what that did for us. So this year specifically, I think it's really important for everyone as Americans to rally together and really bring back products that are made in the United States. And that's part of the thing that we're going to be highlighting in this podcast each week. A specific product made in the United States by another organization. We're going to give it the 1 to 5 bald eagle rating because that's just American. And we're going to provide a different product each week for you. Non-biased opinion. I'm even going to highlight some of the competitors that I have in the apparel industry. Unbiased, because there are some out there that are really high quality and provide quality products made in the United States. And that's great. And I will support that all day. I don't care if they're one of my competitors. So one of the other things that we're doing too with KillFoot Clothing, last year, I formed Team KillFoot. So we're taking the apparel industry, we're taking products made in the United States. The other big thing that we do at KillFoot Clothing is we only hire veterans. I'm trying to rally the community around these amazing people. And by bringing them all into my organization, every part of the organization, designed, printed, handled, shipped, sold, all 100% by veterans. Because these are the people who raised their right hand. They said, I do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help me God. And you know what? That's goddamn American. I love every bit about that because these are the people who are willing to write a blank check to put their lives on the line, to put themselves on the front lines and do whatever they can to help everybody else back here. So what I'm doing is making sure that I can create a community, a tribe, organization, not just with the clothing, but everything surrounding it. So last year we started Team KillFoot, and what Team KillFoot's going to be doing, we're going to be doing various veteran events. We're going to be having parties, but the big thing is getting out and being active. So I'm starting it here in Connecticut. We are essentially just friends in my network that are going around and doing various non-profit events that are involved with getting outside and hiking with a big-ass pack on your back. My favorite weight's 40 pounds right now. That's pretty good for me. I go up to 50, 55 sometimes, but that's what we do. It's the same thing I did as an infantryman, so it's ingrained in my blood. I got to get out there and I got to ruck. I got all my infantry brothers telling me, you're crazy. Why are you doing that again? But some of the things that we've done so far, Team KillFoot has thus far participated and completed 2 years of the Tough Ruck 26.2 Boston Marathon. So we've got 2 Boston Marathon medals for last year and this year. This year was rough because of COVID. We had to do it virtual remote. So instead of being able to go to Concord, which is an amazing experience, FYI, if any of you can ever get up there to watch the event, it's amazing. They've got Minutemen dressed up. It's on the battlegrounds of Lexington, Concord. The first shots fired from the American Revolution. Doing that first Tough Ruck 26.2, I just got chills as we were going through the course, me and Mr. Steve Zulu. It was amazing. Like, you talk about Americanism, that is Americanism at its core right there. You're talking about the birthplace of the American Revolution. And here we are rucking through there in our camis with our rucksacks on, doing 26.2 miles marathon. We did 30 pounds for that, but 30 pounds is rough for 26 miles. So we completed that last year. To date, we've raised over $8,000 just for the Military Friends Foundation. That's what that benefited. We also do Spartica, Wounded Warrior 5K every year. Good friends of ours, Jimmy Partica with the Spartica Foundation. They also throw the Red 5K, both of which this year have been remote, virtual, so we haven't had the opportunity to go through that. We did the Wounded Warrior Project Carry Forward 5K this year, virtual. We did the Andrew Peterson Keel 5K, which is an organization that was founded by the family of a local Connecticut fallen Green Beret, Andrew Peterson Keel. Irreverent Warrior Silky Hike. I love the Irreverent Warriors organization. These are people that are bringing veterans together through humor and camaraderie in order to get out there and hike 22 kilometers. It's essentially like a 22-click bar crawl. It's ridiculous. Like, not really that physical, but everybody has a lot of fun through it. We did Norwich Hike 2 years. We helped organize that. We did the t-shirts for it. Everybody really enjoyed those t-shirts. We're hoping to expand into the rest of the country and do t-shirts for more Irreverent Warriors Silky Hikes. Anybody watching out there? This year we're going to be doing Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. I'm really excited for that design. There's going to be a little bit of cool piratey theme, so stay tuned for that. We're doing the design and print for that one. We did the design and print for Silky Hike Norwich, both the first 2 years. And what we do for these organizations too, besides just doing custom prints for ourselves, we do custom orders for other organizations. And so if you have an organization that wants to have a shirt that is American as shit, give us a call, go to the website, www.KillFootClothing.com, hook it up, and we will send you some shirts made in the United States for a really reasonable price compared to getting custom print at your local print shop. And these products are all going to be made in the United States. Not only that, but it's going to be designed, printed, handled, shipped, and sold by veterans 100% of the way. So that's our hookup. But what we do with these nonprofits is we provide those shirts to them for cost. So we make zero money off of them. We did that for the Silky Hike Norwich first 2 years, and we're going to be doing it for Atlantic Beach, North Carolina this year. Soon to be expanding into other events, other organizations, all kinds of different things. What else do we got here? All right, so made in the United States. Why is a product being made in the United States important? So, like I said previously, we had a really horrible year this year with COVID-19, coronavirus. It came from outside of the country, and we got to a point where we were closing the borders down, and we had a lot of products that were coming from outside of the United States. And you look at ammo shortages right now, you look at all kinds of different shortages in the United States because these products were outsourced outside of our country. And not only is that not patriotic, but you've got nationwide shortages of products that you just can't get because they were sourced with different things from across the water, and now you can't get them. Not only that, but my big thing is you gotta follow the money. For products made in the United States, it doesn't matter if they're made in the United States. If that money is going back to a company whose headquarters are overseas, Toyota makes a great product, but you know what? Toyota headquarters is not in the United States. They have a lot of trucks that are made here in the United States, but the money goes back to where it came from. Headquarters is not in the United States. So that's where I really love products that are not only made in the United States, but their headquarters is here in the United States. Everybody gives me crap about my Harley Davidson. They're like, oh, well, you got parts on there from all over the world. The Honda's got more American parts than your Harley does. And it's like, you know what? The machine is made here in the United States. Parts from all over the place. But once again, follow the money. Headquarters, United States of America. The money stays here. It doesn't go overseas into somebody else's bank account over there, promoting foreign interest. Screw that. Let me see. What else do we got here? The other big thing with made in the United States, too, is the pride and the craftsmanship. The big idea with products made in the United States is not just being patriotic and being proud to be an American, buying products made in the United States, but products made here in this country are known for their quality and craftsmanship because we have hundreds of years of, we are the birthplace of industrialism, and this is really where these handmade products are known for quality rather than for cheapness. You buy something from China, it's cheap, it's going to break. You buy something made here in the United States, it's going to last. This is the highlighted product for the day. I'm going to get into that here in a minute. So those are my big things. Americanism, products made here in the United States, quality craftsmanship, and following the money back here, which is going to promote further jobs, further boosting of the economy here. I don't know if y'all like taxes, but I'm sick of them at this point, and each time I think you're buying something made from out of the country, you're just adding money to that tax pit that it's not giving that boost to the economy back here. So it's taking away from the bottom line for the American taxpayer overall. All right, so back to this right here. This is going to be our very first product that we talk about. Every week, we're going to be going over various products made in the United States. We're going to be highlighting unbiasedly all these products, giving them the 1 to 5 bald eagle rating. These are products that are going to make you want to throw some denim on, fire up the grill, launch some fireworks, and blare the Boss Springsteen, born in the United States. Just get ready because it's going to be interesting. We're going to do live videos. We're going to get some professional editing done as we go along with this. This is just me on my phone right now. I'm trying to be as real and raw and as American as I can be with everybody. But eventually we're going to do some really cool high-speed stuff, get some better equipment, get some better video equipment, and do some edited videos on the YouTube channel as well. So make sure you sign up for the YouTube channel at the same time. Proud to be an American. Search for that on YouTube. Subscribe. Like here, subscribe, again, share, tell everybody about it, and feel free to comment down below. Each time you comment, a bald eagle gets its wings, and we need to increase the views on these videos, and each time each one of you comments and likes and talks about how American you are and how much you like products made in the United States, that gets a bald eagle its wings. All right, so I digress. Going back. Now this right here, what we're talking about today, is the buck knife, the original buck knife. This particular model is the Buck 110 hunting folder. Now, when you talk about Americanism and the traditionalism of products made in the United States, this is it right here. Now, I do have to say that Buck Knives do have only 87% of their products made in the United States. They do have 13% that gets outsourced, but they're very open on their website about which products are made in the United States and which are outsourced. And a vast majority of them are made right here in the United States, from fit to finish. So Buck Knives was originally started in 1902 by up-and-coming blacksmith named Hoyt Buck, and it was later on in 1961 that they were finally incorporated as a large organization. That's when they started doing the mass production stuff, and it wasn't handmade anymore. Now they're each put together by hand, and they're known for their quality and craftsmanship, but also being made in the United States. About 10 years ago is when their big push was to bring a majority of their knives back to the United States. There was a period where they went out and they started outsourcing a lot, but now they're bringing stuff back. You can look up articles on that. But this one right here is pretty much the quintessential hunting knife. This is sturdy, it's high quality. I've had this knife for over 10 years and it's still razor sharp. You can see, well, quality of my camera is not that great right now, but you know, you get some usage wear marks on it over the years, a little pitting, but as far as how this operates, it's still just as smooth as when I got it from the factory, almost just as sharp as when I got it from the factory. And they give you the nice high quality Buck Knives leather sheath that goes with it as well. Attach that to your belt, and you see guys still carrying this, still buying this knife 40, what is it, 50, 60 years later, 1960, 60 years later, 2020, geez. My math isn't very good. I don't know if anybody can tell. It's from getting blown up. But Buck Knives. So with this Buck knife being what it is, being that they do produce largely in the United States, but because they do have a small percentage that they outsource, I can't give them a 5 bald eagle rating. So for the Buck 110, I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 bald eagle rating. And that's only because the organization as a whole does not solely build their knives 100% in the United States. There is that 13% that's outsourced outside of the country. So Buck 110, 4 out of 5 bald eagles. 4 out of 5. All right, so that's the highlight of our week, the Buck 110. You guys can go out and tell all your friends about it. You can tell Buck Knives that I'm highlighting one of their products. Maybe they'll let me go hang out at their facility here in the United States. But I'm not doing this for anything other than to provide quality American craftsmanship to all of you, so you can see firsthand from a United States military veteran that we care about products made in the United States. So at that, we've got to get to the product highlight for KillFoot Clothing today. Being that it's a little chilly, being that we have snow on the ground here still in Connecticut, one of the things I want to highlight is our KillFoot Clothing Polar Tech fleece hat. So this hat is sourced right here in the United States by Polar Tech. These are the same fleece hats that I was eventually issued through RFI when I went through my first and second deployment. Though my second deployment, they switched to that weird seafoam green color. Not into it. We do have the seafoam green in stock. Not very popular, the ACU camo green, but we do have in stock right now both black and the coyote brown that the Marines use. So if you go to the website, www.killfootclothing.com, /KillFoot-PolarTech-Fleece-Hats. I put the link down there in the description, or is it up there? I don't know which way it puts it in the highlight for the video, but it's somewhere around here is the link for you to go directly to that hat. So that link is going to get you to the hat, and this code is going to get you a discount. So use code USA, and that'll get you 22% off. Now you ask, well, Brent, 22%, why not 25%? Why not 30%? Why not 20%? So 22% is a number that's very near and dear to my heart. I actually just lost one of my fellow soldiers from my platoon recently to suicide, and that's one of the things that we are trying to prevent with Team KillFoot and bringing all of these veterans together. Events like the Irreverent Warrior Silky Hike. We're trying to create a tribe here back home post-service that veterans can rally around, that they can go to and they can have a good time. I want to create like a Viking mead hall where all of our warriors get together around the fire and we can drink whatever you want and just tell stories and relax and have a good time. You look at these warrior cultures going all the way back to the Spartans. They have traditions where when the warriors came home, they were greeted and they were almost secluded for a while away from the normal population. They were allowed a time period to get away and kind of talk with each other. The Spartans, when they came back, the women would wash their hair and their feet, and it was essentially like a cleansing ritual for them to come back. And then they'd go off with the other Spartan warriors and they'd talk and process everything that just happened. At the end of World War II, when everyone was coming back, they were on the boats coming back for weeks, being around other soldiers, other Marines, and they were allowed that period to decompress and talk about and process what happened to them. But then come to Vietnam, these guys were in the trenches and back home in their living room in a matter of a couple days with the new advantages in transportation with planes and everything. So these guys would go from the jungle to their living room in a matter of days, and they wouldn't have the time to decompress. Not only that, but they were coming back to a very hostile environment. The country as a whole was not really welcoming of them. And that's where I think today we've come a long way. I say, when people thank me for my service, I say, no, go down to the local VFW, go to the local American Legion, find a Vietnam veteran, and give them a hug and say, welcome home. Because it was their sacrifice that enables people like you to reach out and be aware of that idea, the Americanism, in welcoming home our veterans and not pushing them away like what happened to the Vietnam veterans. So their sacrifices have led to what we deal with now. But even to this day, veteran suicide is a pandemic because it's that whole idea of not being able to decompress and process all of the things that happen when you're overseas, when you're deployed, while you're in service. That compiled with the fact that you come back to a completely different culture. You are living, breathing, eating, and sleeping next to your brothers and sisters in arms every day. Those are the people who your lives depend on. They are everything about your world revolves around them 365 days a year. You come back home and it's gone. You have your family you can count on, you have your friends you can count on, but nobody's going to understand what those thoughts and feelings were. And that's what we are trying to create here with these organizations like Reverend Warrior Silky Hike, like Mission 22, 22 Kill, our friends down in Texas doing Throne right now. Sorry. So that's what we're doing with the Team KillFoot here. We're creating a tribe to bring veterans together and help each other. So if you are a veteran, if you have friends that are veterans, if you need a job, if you need to talk, if you just need to decompress, if you want to be around other veterans and hang out, then reach out. We have resources for you across the country. We have a network of people that we can get you help no matter where you are, because nobody's alone. You're never alone anymore. So yeah, I hit my wall on that. A lot of emotion wrapped up in this. So reeling back, 22%. I get on a roll on these things. I'm very passionate about veterans. I'm very passionate about products made in the United States. And that's why we're doing this podcast. I'm also going to be talking as well about different events coming up, about different things. My motorcycle club's going to be doing a event on New Year's Day. The proceeds from that are going to be going to 22 Kill. So look up the second annual Frozen Giblets ride. It's going to start at the Brown Derby here in Montville, Connecticut. And then the ending locations to be determined. New Year's Day. And then we're going to wind up down in New London somewhere probably. But proceeds from that are going to go to 22 Kill, another veteran suicide prevention organization, which, like I stated, is near and dear to our hearts. So that's it for today. Make sure you tune in next week for episode number 2 of Proud to Be an American. We're going to find another product made in the United States to highlight. I'm going to highlight another product from KillFoot Clothing as well, giving you a discount. And we're going to be bringing other veteran guests on. We're going to be bringing other proud Americans on that aren't veterans but really support the cause of products made in the United States. We're going to bring other veteran entrepreneurs on that are doing amazing things for our community, amazing things for other veterans. And we're just going to bring a weekly dose of Americanism into your pocket, because I know all of y'all are watching all this on your phones right now when you're at work, hopefully on your lunch break and not while you're supposed to be working, because that's not very American. But you know what? You're watching me, so tell your boss you're with Brent, and it's okay. All right, so until next week, just ask yourself the question, do you love America? Damn right you do.